About time to get this party started, y'all. Time for another episode of The Foolish Show. Let me get everything set up. And we're going to get this party started. About to go live in a minute, y'all. We live right now. We about to really go live, though. We're going to get into it. Welcome to another episode of The Foolish Show podcast. I am your host, F to the Ish Foolish, representing reality, music, entertainment. That's the movement. Hope y'all having a great week. Getting ready for a great weekend. Nothing but good vibes, man. Because that's what it's all about. Enjoying life, living life to the fullest. Life is too short to be playing games. Let me make sure we live everywhere. And we're going to get this show started. We're going to have another great, positive, real podcast show tonight, y'all. Y'all know we get on here and we talk that talk. Talk about real life stuff. We don't come on here just to gossip. Talk about real life. Because life is serious, man. We only get one. You don't live twice. You only live once. So enjoy life to the fullest. But we got to watch how we live. Watch what we do. The live chat is always open. Don't be afraid to leave your comments. Y'all just keep it positive, man, because it's nothing but good vibes over here. Tonight's topic, we're going to talk about, would you date somebody if they was broke? Would you date someone that didn't have nothing? That's tonight's podcast. So I hope y'all ready to get into it. Because we're going to go live. Let me make sure we live streaming everywhere. And we're going to get this party started. We live streaming right now on Facebook, Kick, and YouTube. This is the Foolish Show podcast. I feed your mind, body, and soul. Roses said hi. How you doing, Roses? But tonight's topic, would you date somebody that was broke? If you met somebody and they had nothing, would you stop talking to them? Or would you give them a chance? Would you help them build? Maybe y'all can build an empire together. It's not about what somebody has. It's not about how much money they got. It's what kind of person they is. If they're a good person with a good heart, then 9 times out of 10, they'll treat you right. But if they ain't got a good heart, they ain't going to do right by you. So what they got in their bank account is different from the feelings. Feelings and bank account is a different thing. People can buy you gifts, wine and dine you, and still misuse you and abuse you. Don't think because somebody's spending money or taking you shopping or buying you gifts that they so madly in love with you. Maybe they just got a whole lot of money that they can blow. They got a whole lot of money they can spend. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? But would you date somebody that had nothing? Would you date somebody that was on hard times? See, I understand if you don't want to deal with somebody who don't want nothing in life. Some people just sit around and don't want nothing in life, period. They're not trying to do nothing. They're not making no effort. They just content with having nothing. And I understand if you don't want to put your time and energy in something like that. But sometimes people go through things where they might be in hard times, or maybe they just lost their job. So you can tell when somebody really cares about you and got true love for you. Because they'll be there for you and they're going to love you unconditionally even when the tough times come. Even if you have zero in your bank account, they still going to love you. They still going to care for you. That's how you know when somebody really likes you. Because they really don't care about what's in your bank account. They care about you as a person. They want to see you succeed and be happy. So would you date a broke person? Would you date a person that didn't have nothing? They couldn't buy you nice things. They didn't have it right then and there. But just because they don't have it right now, that don't mean they ain't gonna have it in the future. You don't know what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow they can hit the lottery and then put you in the big house. So judging the person by their funds and their bank account, that's not telling the whole story. A person finance don't tell you what kind of person they is. They just tell you how much money they got. But money don't define you as a person. You can have a lot of money, but be a bad person. Excuse me, y'all. Let me. Oh, y'all understand what I'm telling you? Would you date somebody that was broke, that didn't have a dime to their name? Would you accept them for who they is? Would you love them unconditionally, even though they don't have nothing to give you? They can't take you out. They can't take you shopping. They can't pay no bills right now. Would you give them a chance? Would you allow that person to get on their feet? Or would you say, no, I can't deal with you because you don't have no money? You don't have a job. You don't have a car. Sometimes you might meet somebody where they're going on, they're on bad terms right now. They're going through bad times. Are you going to be real enough to say, hey, I'm with you and I got your back and we can build together? It takes somebody that really cares about you to stand by you when you don't have nothing. When you don't have not a dime to give and they still standing by you, then you got a real one. Because it's not about what somebody has. It's all about what kind of heart they have. Do they have a good heart? Or are they going to love you the right way? Are they going to treat you right? See, real love, true love, unconditional love, it can't be brought. It has no price tag because it's genuine and it comes from the heart for free. Real true love don't cost a dime. Don't let nobody fool you. You can try to pay for love, but that ain't going to be real love. You're going to get that fake love. People are going to put on the front and act like they care about you because you're doing something for them. As soon as you stop, they're going to the next person. So don't be nobody's fool. Don't be nobody's sucker. Never let nobody use you. So would you date somebody that was broke? Would you give them a chance to be your man or woman if they ain't had nothing to give you? If they couldn't give you no money? If they couldn't pay for a trip? If they couldn't take you shopping? Would you give them a chance to really get to know you? Really get close to you? Or do you base everything on materialistic stuff? See, different people handle things in different ways. Some people look for people with money. Some people don't care about that. As long as you're a good person, they'll give you a chance. Some people won't even look at you if you don't have that mean green, that almighty dollar. So would you date a person who didn't have nothing, who was dead broke, who was going through tough times? Would you give them a chance? Or would you not even look their way? It depends on what kind of person you are. It depends what you made of. It depends what makes you happy. Some people live off material things to keep their happiness going. Some people don't care about all that. As long as you treat them right and show them love, they happy. So everybody ain't the same. Everybody's different. It depends on who you're dealing with, who you talking to. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? So would you date somebody that was broke? A person that was going through hard times, trying to get on their feet. Would you give them a chance? Or would you turn away? It all depends on what kind of person you are. It's all about getting to know a person for who they is, what kind of heart they have. Observe how they move, how they treat people, how they treat you. That's what tells the real story. You can tell a person by their heart. If they have a good heart, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be some kind of good person. They ain't going to be perfect because ain't nobody perfect. We all going to make mistakes. We all mess up. So nobody's perfect. But you got to try your best to be a good person. If you're dealing with somebody, nobody wants to be played with. Nobody wants their emotions and their heart to be played with. You got to treat people how you want to be treated. If you want real love, then you got to show real love. If you want affection, then you got to show affection. Whatever you give, you receive. Nowadays, it seems like true love don't exist no more because nobody is trying to build nothing together. Everybody's screaming they single and they want to mingle. Everybody want to mingle with everybody. Nobody wants to make a commitment anymore. You don't see too many people running to the altar and get married because everybody just mingling, having a good time, messing with him, them. Would you date somebody that was broke? What if that woman or that man didn't have a dollar? What if they didn't have a dime to their name? What would you do? Would you turn your back? Or would you give them a chance and see what kind of person they is? Or are you just going to judge them on their bank account? If they ain't got money, you don't want to talk. But you talking with the people with money and you being used. You chasing the people with money, but they running over you. So which one is more important? Finances or your happiness? Do you want to be happy? Do you really want to have that unconditional love? If you want to have that true love, then you got to look past money. You got to look past what somebody got. You got to see what kind of person they is and what kind of heart they have. That would tell the real story. A person's bank account don't tell the story. It's a lot of bad people with a lot of money. So just because you date somebody with money, don't mean they're a good person. A lot of times, if they got a lot of money, then they got a lot of people that they're dealing with. So what makes you think you're going to be special? What you think is you're going to be so unique and you're going to stand out? Would you date somebody that was broke, that didn't have a dime to their name? They couldn't buy you flowers. So you have to be careful. Just because somebody don't have it right now, that don't mean they ain't going to have it later. You might start dealing with that person and they get a good job. They might hit the lottery. Then things will start to change. But it all depends on what kind of person you are. What are you looking for? What makes you happy? What do you base your happiness on? Do you base all your happiness on money? Or do you just want somebody that's going to do you right and treat you right? These are the things that we got to ask ourselves. Would you date somebody that was broke, that was poor, didn't have much finances? Would you help them? Would you say, I don't care about that? I'm going to help you come up, and we're going to come up together and build an empire. If you find somebody that come in your life like that, they're a keeper. Anybody that's holding you down and supporting you when you don't have nothing, that's a keeper. Because they're there for you at your lowest point. Anybody can be there smiling in your face and loving on you when you got it. But who's going to be there when the smoke clears? When the bank account is on zero? Who's going to stand by your side? That's how you figure out who loves you or not. Life is more than what you see. Life is more than a few dollars. Life is more than a gift. Love is bigger than that. It's bigger than what somebody do. True unconditional love comes within the heart. They're going to treat you a certain way. They're going to talk to you a certain way. They're going to make you feel like a queen or a king. It's not about what they can do for you. It's how much they can love you. How much love and affection can they give you? Do they make you feel good inside? Do they put a smile on your face? Do you light up when you see them? That's when you know you got you somebody good. You got you somebody that's special. Would you date somebody that was broke? That's tonight's topic, folks. If you want to be happy, you got to look past money. Material things going to come and go. True love is going to last forever because it's unconditional. It's sincere. It's coming from a good place. Nobody cares about that anymore. It's all about what you can do for me. Everybody don't let true love just walk out the door. Nobody wants to care for nobody anymore. Gimme, 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 gimme. If you truly care about that person, that stuff is not going to matter. Because you love them for them. You love them for the person that they are. You love them for everything that they made of. You love the way they talk, the way they act, the way they smile. Everything about you, about them, you love. That's true unconditional love. It's not about what somebody can do for you. How much love can they give you? They can buy you the whole world and you still gonna want more. You ain't gonna never be satisfied. When you chasing material things, you ain't gonna never be satisfied. Your appetite's still gonna be hungry because you're gonna want more. You always gonna want more. Find you somebody that's gonna care about you. Find you somebody that's gonna be there by your side on your sick bed. Find you somebody, even if you got paralyzed and stuck in a wheelchair, they're gonna be right there loving you unconditionally. Never settle for less. Never settle for what you don't really want. If you want a good person, you wait till you get a good person. You don't just settle for anything that comes your way. A lot of times we try to force stuff, and when you force stuff, it doesn't work. It doesn't end up right because you're trying to force the issue. What's meant to be is going to happen. What God put together, and if it's meant to be, can't nobody separate it. But a lot of times, we look for love in all the wrong places. We're looking for love in somebody's bank account. We're looking for love for how much they can do for you. Naya says, good evening. The topic tonight, would you date somebody that was broke? What if they didn't have a dime? They didn't have a car. They didn't have no house or apartment. Would you give them a chance? Would you see what kind of person they is? Or would you just judge them on their bank account? Would you judge them on how much money they have? If you're looking for true love, then you got to look past money. Anybody can buy you stuff, but anybody can't love you right. Only a real good person gonna show you that true love, because you're gonna feel it, because it comes from the heart. It's sincere. True love cannot be brought. Miss Glover says, good evening. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, Miss Glover, y'all. But back to the subject. Would you date somebody that was broke? What if they just going through tough times? What if they're trying to get back on their feet? Would you give them a chance? Or would you give them the cold shoulder? It all depends on what kind of person you are. Some people be like, if you broke, I ain't talking to you. Then you got other people that will give you a chance and see what you're about. See what kind of personality you have. See what kind of qualities you possess. You got to look deep into a person to really get to know a person. It's more than what somebody can buy you. Because they buy you something, that don't mean they love them. Naya says, I will give them a chance. That's what's up. Because what if you fall on hard times? Wouldn't you want somebody to give you a chance? What if you just lost your job, but you met a man or a woman that you kind of like? You like them, but they won't give you a chance because they say you ain't got no job. What if they said, I don't want to talk to you because you lost your job? Now he says everybody go through storms. Absolutely. Everybody go through things in life. You ain't going to always be high. Sometimes you're going to have some lows. Life is a roller coaster. You're going to have ups and downs. Some days you're going to love life. Some days you're not going to be happy. Sometimes you might have a pocket full of money. Sometimes you might be in the negative. Sometimes you might be dead broke. Some days you might eat good. Some days you might starve. But if you want to find somebody that truly loves you, you got to find somebody that's going to stick with you through the thick and thin. When you fall on your behind, will they help pull you back up? Or will they turn their back? Will they be there when times get rough? That's how you can judge a person. You got to judge them for their character. Not for their credit card, not for their debit card, not for their cash app, not for their Zelle. Find out what kind of heart this person has. Then you'll see if they'll be able to treat you right. If they got a good heart, they still can be able to show you love. They might not can't buy it right then and there. They might not can't buy you presents. But maybe they'll do other things to show you that they care. Are y'all listening to me? Would you date somebody that was broke? Would you give them a chance? Would you allow them an opportunity to really get to know you? Or would you be shallow and say, I don't want to talk to them because they ain't got nothing? And most of the time, the people that saying that, they ain't got nothing themselves. So you want somebody to have everything, but you ain't got nothing. Make it make sense. You ain't got a dime, but I don't want to talk to them. They ain't got no money, but you ain't got nothing. Make it make sense. Because what if people treated you like that? What if a person said, I don't want to talk to you or be your friend because you ain't got no money? That's shallow. Life is more than a dollar bill. Yes, we needed to pay bills. Yes, we needed to eat, but it ain't everything. They tell you money is the root of all evil if you put it first. If you praise it, that's your downfall. If you wake up every day, money, 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 that's a sin. It's not a sin to make money. It's not a sin to have money. But when you start loving it and praising it, you're crossing the line. So you got to be careful. I understand some people don't want to date people that ain't really got nothing that's trying to do something. Sometimes you got people that just ain't trying to do nothing. You might meet a man or a woman who ain't trying. All they doing is trying to leech and trying to use anybody they can. So I ain't telling you to be nobody fool. You can tell if somebody trying to use you or not. You can tell if somebody really care about you or not. We see the signs, we just choose to look past it. You know when somebody don't mean you no good, but maybe you think that they so fine that you still got to talk to them. See, we get so caught up in what we see on the outside, we don't care about the inside. You really don't care what kind of heart a person has, as long as they doing for you. As long as they look good to you. They your eye candy. But just because they look good or got a lot of money, that don't mean they're going to treat you right. That don't mean they're going to love you right. That don't mean they're going to do you right. If you want to find true love, you got to look within the person inside. See what kind of heart they have. That will tell you more of the story. Don't just get caught up in what somebody can do for you or what they got. Because what if you start dating them? What if they lose all that? What if you met them and they had so much stuff? Then as soon as y'all start dating, they lose it all. Are you going to turn your back and say, well, I don't want to talk to you no more because you broke now? That's real shady. Because you ain't never cared for that person. All you cared about is what they can do for you. That's called being shady. If you really care about that person, then you're going to love them unconditionally, whether they got a lot of money or not. What somebody can buy you don't tell you how much they can love you. I can buy you anything. That don't mean I'm going to treat you right. That don't mean I'm not going to cheat. That don't mean I'm not going to talk down to you. That don't mean I'm not going to cuss you out. Because somebody swipe their card don't mean they love you. Anybody can buy you something. Find you somebody that's going to treat you right. Find you somebody that really going to care about you. Care about if you're happy or not. Want to see you smile. These things are more important for your happiness. Because if you base everything off money, you're going to get tricked and fooled. You're going to end up in a bad place. Because if that person loses it all or they stop giving, what you going to do? If you're dependent on that person and they say, I'm not giving you nothing no more, then what you going to do? That's why it's best to find you somebody that's genuine, with a good heart. That's a good person that's going to do right by you. If they got a good heart, they'll do right by you. They're not going to try to use you. They're not going to try to misuse you. They're not going to try to run over you. They're not going to try to hurt you. They're not going to try to break your heart. Because they got true love for you. True love you can't buy. True love has to come from the heart. You can give somebody $1 million, that don't mean they love you. Would you date somebody that was broke? Would you give that person a chance? Would you give them a shot on really trying to get to know you? If you want to find somebody that's real, find you somebody that really care about you. That you ain't got to give them a dime and they still going to love you. You ain't got to buy nothing for them and they still going to love you. That's real, genuine love. And it seems like that's disappearing. Because everybody out to get what they can get and keep it moving. Nobody's trying to build a foundation no more. That's why it's a lot of broken homes. It ain't families no more with mamas and daddies because everybody just sneaky linking and doing what they want to do. Are y'all listening to what I'm telling you? Would you date somebody that was broke? That's tonight's topic. It depends on who you're talking to. Some people, they don't care about that stuff. Some people tell you, I don't want nothing from you. I just want you to love me. I just want you to do right by me. Other people will tell you, well, if you ain't got this, you ain't got that, you can't talk to me. That's a person I don't want to deal with anyway. Because you don't care about me. You worry about what I got. You trying to get in my pockets. You don't care about me as a person. You care about what I can do for you. So if you want to find somebody that's good, you got to find somebody that got a good heart, that's going to treat you right, that's going to do right by you, that's going to hold you down no matter what. Even if you get sick, even if you go broke, they still going to be right there saying, baby, I love you. That's when you found your soulmate. Anybody can be there when the good times happen. When you're on top, anybody can be there smiling in your face. But would they be there if you lost everything? If you went through tough times, would they turn their back on you? Or would they hold you down? These are the things you got to ask yourself. You can't base love on money. You can't base love on what somebody giving you. How they treating you. Are they showing you real, true love and affection? Do they make you feel good inside? Do they make you feel loved? That's what's important. You gotta look past all the material things. Because that will fool you. You think because somebody's saying, here, baby, that they just crazy about you. Maybe they just got a whole lot of money to blow. Maybe they just got so much money they don't care. They ain't gonna miss it. But that don't mean they truly love you. That don't mean they truly care about you. They just buying you gifts. They just paying a bill for you. Because I pay your bill or buy you a present don't mean I'm going to be the best man. That don't mean I'm going to be the best man you ever had. I could be the doggish, rudest, cheatingest dude you ever met. But you fell for the okie dokie because I was doing this. Because I was breaking bread. You fell for it. Would you date somebody that was broke? That's tonight's topic. What if you met somebody and they just lost their job? Are you gonna tell them, hey, we can't talk. You ain't got no job. I can't give you my erase my number. Or would you give that person a chance to show you what kind of person they are? Would you give them a chance to show you who they really is? It takes time to really get to know a person. So you got to know who you giving your heart to, who you let get in your bed. Sometimes you let the enemy right in your own door. Because you don't know what kind of person you're dealing with. You just lusting and you like what you see. Just because they look good on the outside don't mean they good on the inside. See, the outside can fool you. A person could be so handsome and so pretty, but then when you get to know them, they really ain't a good person. They really ain't made on the good stuff. They ain't got a good heart. They could be selfish, cold-hearted, rude, mean. So you got to know what you're dealing with. You got to know what kind of person you really dealing with. When you find somebody good, you hold on to them because true love is hard to find. A lot of times we make a mistake and say, well, I can get anybody. But then the grass ain't always greener. You find somebody that's worse. You find somebody that's 10 times worse when you thought you was going to do better. So if you got something good, hold on to it. Because nowadays, true love is hard to find. Everybody's trying to use you and abuse you. Trying to get what they can get, and they out. Find somebody that don't really care about you. No matter what you have. No matter if you're going through tough times, they're going to be right there with you. Even if the storm hit, they're going to be right there with you. That's the kind of person you want by your side. That's the kind of person you want to build with. Because they have genuine love for you. They're not just around just to use you. Find you somebody that's sincere. Hello, handsome. How you doing? I feel you. Miss Samuel, I see you. But if y'all just tuning in, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Reality Music entertainment. We live streaming right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Kick. So if y'all tuning in right now on one of those platforms, I appreciate it. Tonight's topic, we talking about, would you date somebody that was broke? What if somebody going through tough times and they really don't have much? Are you going to give them a chance? Are you going to give them a chance to really get to know you? Or would you just turn your back on them? Would you just give them the cold shoulder and say, I don't want to talk to you. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got no money. You ain't got no job. What kind of person are you? What makes you happy? Does it take all that material things to make you happy? If you want true, genuine, unconditional love, you got to look past all the material stuff. Because true love comes from the heart. Anybody can buy you anything. But it takes a real, true person to love you right. Because somebody swiped their card don't mean they love you right. They try to put the two together. Oh, he got money. I'll talk to him. She got money. I'll talk to her. Puerto Rican Jamaican says, what's good? What's good, bro? If y'all just tuning in, tonight's topic, would you date somebody that was broke? If they was going through tough times, they ain't have not a dollar in their name. Would you talk to them? Would you give them a chance to really get to know you? Would you give them a chance to really get close to you? Y'all come on and check on in, man. We ain't finished yet. We still going. The live chat is always open. Tonight's topic, we talking about, would you date somebody that was broke? If they ain't have not a dollar to their name, would you still want to talk to them? Would you still want to be their girlfriend or their boyfriend? It depends on who you're talking to. It depends on what kind of person you're dealing with. Everybody ain't the same. Everybody's different. Some people might care about that stuff. Some people don't. Some people might not care about what you have. As long as you do them right, treat them right, make them laugh, make them smile, they good. You got other people, if you can't not provide nothing for them or buy them certain things or pay their bills, they ain't going to look your way. So it depends on who you're talking to. It depends on what you're dealing with. Miss Samuel says, I will give them a chance and try to get to know them. See, I respect that. Because if you're willing to talk to somebody in their bad days, I can respect that. So when the good times come, y'all gonna appreciate it. Because that person can look back and say, you was always there for me. Miss Samuel says, I will give them a chance and try to get to know them. So I respect that, Miss Samuel. Because it's all about how they treat you. Not how much they spend on you. Not what they can buy you. It's how much love can they give you. Can they treat you how you deserve to be treated? Are they going to have your back even if something bad happened? If you're given a tragic accident, in a car accident, or any type of accident, and you can't walk no more, are they still going to be there right there with you? If something happened to their face and they ain't pretty no more, they ain't handsome no more, are they going to be there with you? Would you date somebody who ain't have no money, who ain't have no kind of finances, and they was trying to get back on their feet? Miss Samuel says, relationships takes work and time and effort. Both people have to be on one accord and have a real interest in each other. That's well said, Miss Samuel. You can't get to know a person in one day. It takes time to build that chemistry. But once you build that special bond with somebody, it's hard for something or anybody to break it. When you really have a bond with somebody and y'all locked in, it's hard to break it. That's why you see the couples from back in the days that was married and together for 30 and 40 years. They went through stuff. They had hard times. They had hardship, but they didn't let nothing break that bond. See, back in the days, they was looking for reasons to stay together. Now, right now, everybody's looking for reasons to separate. You're looking for a reason to go cheat. You're looking for a reason to say, I don't want to talk to you no more, instead of trying to make things work. Miss Samuel says, I will give him a chance. Okay, I read that one. Miss Samuel says, money and things can be lost or stolen, but people are priceless and unique. See, that's all I'm saying. If you basing everything on what somebody got, what if you start dating them and they go broke? What if they can't take you shopping no more? What if y'all can't eat at the 5-star restaurants no more? Are you going to turn your back on that person? Are you going to act like that person don't exist no more? Are you going to tell that person, I don't want you no more because you can't give me this? That's being shady. Justin, I see you, bro. Justin checking in. Tonight's topic, if you just tuning in, would you date somebody that was broke? What if you met a woman and she just lost her job? She's struggling, but she's a good person. She got a good personality. Fellas, are you going to give her a chance? Would you help her get back on her feet? Ladies, if you meet a man that was struggling, just lost his job, he's in the process of trying to find another, would you give him a chance? What if he was a real good person, had a good personality, well-mannered, treat you with respect, but he just ain't have no money in his bank account? Are you going to give him a chance? What you going to do? What kind of person are you? Money cannot buy true love. Money can buy fake love. You can get somebody to lay up with you and smile in your face because you're doing something for them. But what happens when the well runs dry? What happens when the bank account says zero? Those people going to walk out your life and act like you don't exist. What kind of person are you? What do you base your happiness on? Does money and material things make you happy? Are you happy with life? Are you happy when you get out of bed every day? Are you happy to be in a good relationship? Do you appreciate the person you have? Or do you take them for granted? Do you really love your man? Do you really love your woman? When you got something good, you better hold on to it. Because nowadays, everybody's playing games. It's hard to find somebody that's true and genuine. People try to use you, get what they can get, and disappear. They're on to the next man. They're on to the next woman. That's why it's important to find you somebody that's genuine. Find you somebody that got a good heart. And most important, find you somebody that loves God. If they love God and got God in their life, that's a good start. If a person ain't got no God in their life, it should make you think twice. Make sure the person you dealing with or you gonna date is made of the good stuff. So they'll be able to treat you right. They won't take you for granted. They won't just try to use you. Would you date somebody that was broke? What if somebody was going through tough times? What if they just lost their job? What if somebody robbed them and took everything and they got to start all over again? Would you stay or would you walk away? What kind of person are you? True love does not come in a package. They don't sell it in the store. If you want true love, you got to find out what kind of heart a person has. Anybody can buy you something. I can buy you all the gifts in the world. That don't mean I love you. Don't get spoiling and wine and dining and love mixed up together. Anybody can spoil somebody. Everybody ain't gonna love you right. Everybody ain't gonna love you unconditionally. It takes a good person to do that. But how you gonna know if they're a good person if you don't know how they is inside? You can't say they're a good person just because how they look. You can't say they're a good person because they got a whole bunch of money. The only way you can determine what kind of heart a person has is you got to look inside of them. Look and see how they act, how they talk, how they treat their loved ones, how they treat their family and friends, how they treat their kids. Do they believe in God? These are the things you better look for. Don't worry about how much in their bank account, because that can deceive you. There's a whole lot of bad people that's rich. Just because they got money don't mean they're real. That don't mean they got a good heart. They could be stingy. They could be greedy. Would you date somebody that was broke? Would you give that person a chance to really get to know you? Would you see past the money and see what kind of character they got? What makes them who they are? Are you willing to take time to see what kind of heart a person has? Or are you just gonna judge everything on how much money they make? Would you love a person if they lost everything? Would you love a person if they became paralyzed and they can't walk no more? What if they can't have sex no more? They ain't got no feelings, no more below the waist. What you gonna do? If they become paralyzed and they can't sex you, would you walk away? If they got in a bad accident and they was in a coma, sleeping in a hospital bed, are you gonna go around sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry? Or are you gonna stay loyal and you're gonna be by that bedside every day and every night? See, this how you know if somebody really care about you. If they there when the storm hit, they care about you. Because most of the time, when times get rough, everybody pack their bags and they run. They leave you hanging. They're not going to be there for you saying, baby, I got your back. I don't care. I'm with you. They're going to chuck up the deuces and tell you peace. So if you got somebody like that in your life, you better hold on to them. And you better hold them tight. Because nowadays, true love is hard to find. Nowadays, people don't really care about love. It's about what you can do for me. How much I can use you for. So what kind of person are you? Are you looking for love in the right places? A lot of times we waste a lot of time of our life searching for love in the wrong places. And you wonder why you don't find it. You got to find somebody that's going to really care about you. You got to find you somebody that's going to really love you unconditionally. That want to see you succeed. That want you to just be happy. Somebody that loves to be in your presence. Love laying next to you. Are y'all listening to me? See, this is the only podcast that feeds your mind, body, and soul. I come on here and talk about real life stuff. I ain't here to gossip. I don't come on here and talk about no celebrities or what they talking about in the blogs, in the shade room. Life is real. We only got one life. I know you want to be happy. So we got to make good choices and good decisions in our life. You don't want to waste your life with people that don't really care about you. Nothing to do, says Tony Yayo. Would you date somebody that was broke? If they didn't have $1 to their name, if they didn't have a car, if they couldn't take you to the 5-star restaurants, if they can't pay your phone bill, if they can't take you shopping, if they can't buy you diamonds, would you still talk to them? Would you still give them a chance to be in your life? Nothing to do, says no. Then he says maybe. Everybody gonna have a different answer. I can't tell you how to feel. Only you know what makes you happy. It's some people that don't care what somebody has. Other people be like, I can't talk to nobody who ain't got nothing. So it depends on who you're talking to. But would you date somebody that was broke? Nothing to do, says if I was rich, then yeah. See, it all depends on who you talk to. Some people gonna say yes, some people gonna say no. Just remember that money and finances don't tell the whole story. Just because a woman got a lot of money don't mean she a good woman. Just because a man got a lot of money don't mean he a good man. He just got a lot of that piece of paper. That don't mean they made up all the right stuff. That don't mean they got a good, genuine, kind heart. Y'all hit that thumbs up button. We live streaming right now on Facebook, Kick, and YouTube. Nothing to do, says facts. Find you somebody that's really going to care about you. Most important, find you somebody that's going to be there for you even when times get rough. It ain't about when times good. Anybody can be there clapping in your face and hugging and kissing on you when everything's good. But what happens when a storm hits? What happens if you go broke? What happens if you stuck in a hospital bed? Is your woman or that man going to still be by your side? Or they going to be out cheating, being a snake behind your back? These are the things that you got to ask yourself. If you want to know if you got somebody good, wait till things get shaky. and see how that person acts. See if that person start treating you different if things start getting rough in your life. Nothing to do says we gotta rob the rich because the rich robbing the poor. I hear you, nothing to do. I hear you. But I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's podcast, man. Because I get on here, I talk about real life stuff. Because we need somewhere we can come and talk about life. Everybody else, they just gossiping about celebrities and trying to get y'all views and y'all money. We try to spread good vibes and have good conversations. It's grown folks talk. Is what I call it. It's grown folks talk what we doing. And tonight's topic, we talked about would you date or talk to somebody that was broke? If they didn't have nothing to give you or they was going through hard times at that moment, would you still give them a chance? Or would you tell them, get away from me, I don't talk to broke people and all this other stuff? What kind of person are you? If you want real, true, unconditional love, you got to look past the material stuff. Money gonna come and go. The material things gonna come and go. True love will last forever. If you find true love, that will last forever. Because when you have a special bond with a person and God placed that person in your life for a reason, can't nothing separate it. Can't nothing bring you apart. Xavier Everett says no. See, everybody gonna have different opinions. And I can't judge you on your opinion. Would you talk to somebody that's broke or not? That's on you. Me, I don't care what nobody has. I don't care if a woman is rich or poor. I want to know what kind of heart you got. Are you able to show me real love? Are you going to love on me the right way? Your credit card, your debit card, your bank account, that don't matter to me. I can care less about that. I ain't talking to nobody for their money or what they got. I want to know how good can you treat me? Can you give me the love that I deserve? You giving me money still might not make me happy. You could be buying me stuff every day and I still don't like you like that. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? Find you somebody that's going to really care about you. If you don't give your heart to somebody, give your heart to somebody that's going to appreciate it. Not stump on it, not tear it apart, not break it, not use it. But the only way you're going to be able to do that is you got to see what you're dealing with. You got to see what kind of person that you're dealing with. So you got to see what kind of heart they have. Observe everything they do, how they act, how they talk, how they treat people. That will tell you a lot. A person's character can tell you a lot. They're giving you a glimpse of who they are. So look within. The outside can fool you. A woman could be so beautiful, but she could be evil inside. A man could be so handsome to you, but he could be evil inside. Don't be fooled by looks and material stuff. That don't mean that person not in love right. That doesn't mean that person is a good person. You can't determine what kind of person they are by their finances. Judge them for their character. And we don't even supposed to judge. But if you're going to have an opinion on somebody, look on how they carry themselves. How they move will tell you a lot. But I appreciate all the love and support, man. Catch me tomorrow night I'm going to do back-to-back podcasts. So tomorrow night, y'all catch me 8 p.m. Eastern time. Same channel, same place. Make sure y'all support the movement. If you want the official reality music entertainment merchandise, we got the new Foolish Podcast shirt, hoodies, fitted caps, beanies, you name it, we got it. Go to teespring.com, teespring.com/reality creator. We got all new apparel for ladies and men. Y'all make sure y'all go shop right now. 30% off on all merchandise. All you got to do is put in the code word. The code word is reality. So if you go on that website, type in reality, you get 30% off all our apparel. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all check in with me tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. Y'all be safe. One love, everybody.